he is a super divisive dude.
Absolutely.
How do you, and I want people on the left who don't understand, Andrew, people on the left or left of center who think everybody who supports Trump is an ass, an ignorant rube, a racist, or a bigot. You're none of that.
I'm a Nazi.
So,
Sure, I know. I'm just used
so
to
I
it.
want them to hear your perspective.
Yeah.
The guy in the White House, to me, is an ass who lies every time he opens his mouth. But more importantly, he is extremely divisive. How do you balance that with your support?
Sure. So let me preface my answer by saying this. He's a two-term elected president. He lost. He's the second president in history that lost and came back. So what I would say is his second election was a more, he won more swing states the second time and won a majority of the vote. So to answer your question, I think people, the average American, see what the other side, and again, a lot of times we hear this the best of two evils thing. So if people really want to do better, then both parties need to produce better candidates. But the way I balance it, to answer your question directly, so for prime example, when you look yesterday, murder in our country is down 20%. That's how I balance it. When you see something in 1 year, when you see overdose deaths that are going down for the first time since 2017 because we closed the border, that's how I do it. When you see inflation going down and real wages rising, that's how I balance it. And it's all just production and producing results to me.
Okay. Murder and violent crime has been down consistently for 20 years.
But 20% in the last, it's not, and it depends on how you measure the data, and we know that cities have not been accurate with their data. We know that too in big cities.
Right. Biden and the Dems fucked up on the border the first 3 years. By the time Biden left office, people crossing our border, the numbers were going like this. Now they're zero, but they were ahead of this. Trump was handed a.
So it shows the first 3 years what he could have done. He did it right before the election.
Right. Well, yeah, but the deportation, not deportation, the people coming across the border, those numbers for a year and a half were dropping before Trump came into office. You and I can squat about the economy. He was handed the strongest post-COVID economy in the industrialized world.
We have 9% inflation. How is that a strong economy?
By the time Trump was sworn in, inflation was like 2.5%.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Oh,
it was not. It was 9% when
has Trump strengthened the economy?
Absolutely.
Andrew, you really think so?
Well, how do you measure a strong economy?
Job growth is down. Real wages are down.
No, they're not.
Inflation is up.
Inflation is not up.
Inflation is up.
So by what marker are you talking about that inflation is up?
Inflation is up year over year right now. Inflation.
Real wages are up 1.5%, and when you control real wages.
So let's go here. You and I are both very involved, educated, engaged folks, and yet even we disagree a little bit on the reality out there. Imagine people who are not as knowledgeable as we are. This is a real problem.
It is.
And I don't know what the answer to that is.
No, it's not, and you're right, and that's the issue. It's like we all agree there's this problem or that problem, and we disagree on how we get there. But I think what you're doing is wonderful because you're taking the first step to actually doing something about it. This is the first time I've had a conversation like this, and I have friends.
Josh.
Well, yeah, I have people, friends on the other side of the aisle. I have family on the other side of the aisle. They don't talk to me anymore because Donald Trump won. These are people I've known my whole life, and they don't talk to me because I support a two-term sitting president.